About 30 days after the typhoon, Captain Hannah was our pilot on my reconnaissance mission to Tinian. I have some clients who are interested in touring in July and August, so the goal is to determine if a tour of Tinian is still possible and to what extent, and if not, when I predict that it might be so. So join me on this reconnaissance mission to the island of Tinian and see what Tinian looks like after the typhoon.
Never really sprung like this, creeping through my mind all night and day. I watch you like you're on my wrist. Come over, I need you.
Hi, my name is Walt. It's time to discover Saipan. Now, the eye of Typhoon Sinlaku actually passed directly through Tinian, so I'm not sure exactly what to expect. But this is, again, just a recon mission, not a full tour. If I give you a full tour, there'll be no reason for you to take this once-in-a-lifetime journey. And the tour route, we're here at the airport, and we're going to head up Broadway, stop at a few places along the way, and then we'll drive up, check out the blowhole, then we'll drive on the runways, possibly head up to the northern tip of the island, and then come back down 8th Avenue, stop at a few places along the way, and head into San Jose, where 99% of the population lives. Then we'll head to Suicide Cliff on Tinian, and then head back about 2 o'clock. Pick up my rent-a-car and then head out. Now, for many people, this is a once-in-a-lifetime journey to what I believe is one of the most historically significant sites on the planet. Our welcome to Tinian sign that looks like it's been battered and bruised a bit. Some of the paint is chipping, but still in good condition. Now, on this channel, we always want to be cognizant of the fact that there are new people coming in. So if you are joining us for the first time, if you're new to Saipan and Tinian and Rota, the reason Tinian is significant is because Tinian was the site from which the Enola Gay and Boxcar B-29 bombers took off in 1945 in order to bomb Japan, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So for history buffs, for war buffs, for atomic history, tourism aficionados, this is a critical site, key site to visit and experience. And one of the first stops is the Japanese defense caves. The road to the Japanese defense caves is blocked by debris, so that's as far as I can go with the vehicle, and I'll do the rest on foot. Right after World War I, the Japanese government controlled these islands. The tour includes some of the relics and sites relevant to the Japanese defense portion of that occupation. Japanese defensive caves, 1944, cave warfare and the Battle of Tinian. And also, in case you're interested, Tinian is home to the Tinian monarch, found nowhere else on the planet. And when you take the tour, I'll give you more information on that if you're into bird watching. Let's see. The pathway itself is a little blocked, so not as accessible as before. But the tours aren't just about World War II and atomic history, they're also cultural sites as well. One of the unique things about Saipan and Tinian is that they are two of very few locations outside of Japan proper on which there were Shinto shrines serving actual populations as opposed to just being a symbolic colonial outpost. You know, the shrine pathway is completely blocked, and I can't determine if the other torii gate is still standing. It has survived many typhoons over the years and was still standing just prior to Sinlaku, but I'll have to come back to check. Next we'll head up to Ushi Cross Point just to make sure that the road that leads to the northern tip of the island is still accessible, and it is. And because there's cultural significance to this site, I'm sure the mayor's office has it on her priority list to make it accessible to the population. It represents a memorial to individuals who were lost at sea over the years. On the way back, I saw some evidence to prove my point. It's rare to see activity up here in the northern tip of the island. These are military personnel helping with the clearing of the road. Thanks. Next, one of the highlights of a Tinian tour, what many folks are interested in to see if the runways, runway able in particular, is still accessible. Runway able, air raid shelters, atomic bomb pits. That's a sign you don't see many places in the world. That's probably a truck from one of the three companies providing aggregate and limestone and paving materials for the project, which is a $409 million plus military contract to redo Northfield. Alright, so this is the eastern edge of runway able. As you can see, it's off limits right now. The paving or the stripping of the original pavement has already taken place, and I can see activity in the distance, so work does seem to be continuing. And what you're looking at here, that's the actual original runway from 1945. And what you're looking at there is the stripped runway. So the actual repaving should start next. So that's it for part one. The runway is still accessible. In part two, we'll check out the bomb pits and bomb assembly area and see if those are still accessible.
Subscribe.
You know what the man said.